Hey, so TJ here. Figured I'd try my hand at the whole vlogging thing. This is day two of the working weekend. Had the Giddy Goat in Rockhampton last night. Fantastic little place. Here in my hotel room at the Irish Village in Emerald, room number 12. Lovely little place. Gonna go and have some ribs downstairs and. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. Having a sneaky post-gig Guinness. Cheers. Hashtag Guinness addict. Fantastic. Alright, so I'm sitting here in my room at the Irish Village Emerald. And it is post-gig. I bought some Chinese food before the gig from the place next door to have as a post-gig snack, and I put it in my room and found out my room has no refrigerator. So if I get some sort of food poisoning, it is completely my fault, and I absolutely accept all responsibility. What isn't my fault is if I don't get any sleep tonight, because this is the entirety of the pillow situation on the bed. See that we have the world's thinnest pillow, and I don't know about anyone else, but I'm the kind of guy who likes to sleep with 2 pillows under my head and an extra 3 pillows around me, because I'm a big pussy apparently, or something like that. Anyway, my Chinese. So look at this appetizing Chinese. It's been sitting there for 5 hours. We've got a bit of oh, look at that go. Sweet and sour pork, bit of honey chicken, bit of Peking steak. So, yeah. That's alright. But yeah, anyway, driving out here today, I was on the road in Rockhampton, and it took an hour 20 to get from the Servo and Richardson Road to the turn-off to get out of town, to hit the actual highway, the big roundabout with the Welcome to Rockhampton ball on it. And that was fucking crazy. I had somebody in a road tech ute, and for those who don't know, that's Department of Main Transport. Fucking Department of Main Roads and Transport pulled out in front of me at a roundabout because I was waiting to keep it clear so I could cross in the gridlock. And just as the space cleared for me to drive into, and I'm on the roundabout, old mate, not even looking, just pulls out in front of me, and I almost T-bone him. So good work, Department of Transport and Main Roads, dude. Didn't even look my way at all, even though there were people beeping behind me at him. So, such is. But the trip out to Emerald was fantastic, the roads were fine out here. It's always a gorgeous thing to see Australia after it's rained out west, You get to, it's a completely different thing. Like, there's always the brown dirt and dead trees, suddenly spring back to life, and there's green grass and flowers and all that sort of shit everywhere, and it's fantastic. It's one of the things I love about this job, is getting to see so much of the country. But anyway, I'm gonna play me a bit of fucking Nintendo Switch, a bit of Zelda, and I will see you all tomorrow. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Unless you got crabs. in that case, see a doctor. Alright, so I'm on the way to Barcaldine now, just passed through Alpha. Back with another extremely unflattering camera angle. You know, last night's gig was really fun, down at the Irish Village in Emerald, and you know, a little bit on the quieter side. Wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to do, you know, a lot more rock and roll than I really ended up doing. I'm doing a lot more of the more of my soul sort of stuff, which is nice. Yeah, it's the sort of music I really enjoy playing. You know, you get to do those more soulful numbers and strip back some of the, you know, strip back some of these really well-written songs just to find the base of what's in there. But yeah, so you know, it's definitely a fun gig. I hope I get to get back out there. You know, last night and tonight's gigs being brought, you know, were put together by Pappy over at Platypus Road. You know, the agency I do some work for. They're a really good crew of people, Pappy and Di over at Platypus Road. You know, so shout out to them. And yeah, so tonight's gig is I'm playing at a football field at the showgrounds in Barcaldine. You know, for those who don't know where Barcaldine is, it's about a 750-ish kilometres inland away from Rockhampton, where I live at the moment. You know, so it's about 7.5, 8 hours drive west. So not quite so far as Longreach, but you know, that's the next major town on the way out west after Barcaldine. Longreach is lovely, by the way. Played there a few times, really enjoy it. But yeah, so you know, one thing I'm hoping to make this whole vlogging thing a little bit more, you know, hoping to make it a bit of a common occurrence. So if anyone has, you know, questions, you know, about you know, my life, about what it's like on the road, you know, about what it's like when I'm not on the road, what I think about things, you know, yeah, feel free to hit me up with them. I'll answer I'll answer them on future episodes and stuff. I'll tell you what, one thing I really love about this job, this lifestyle of being a traveling musician, is you really get to see so much of the country that you otherwise wouldn't, you know, because I mean, like, who the fuck goes out to Longreach unless they have to work out there, you know, because it's just, you know, again, it's a lovely fucking town. Longreach, Barcaldine, they're lovely places, but they're not exactly tourist destinations. You know, they're so far out west. They're so remote communities, you know, like Longreach is a 9.5 hour drive from the coast, and that's, you know, that's from like Rockhampton, which is the closest major coastal, well, near coastal town. And you know, you just get to really see some beautiful countryside. On the way back, if I remember, I'll stop off at there's a nice little retreat at the top of one of the mountains. You know, because once you get past Emerald, you've literally got to go through the northern side of the Great Dividing Range, which is the big mountain range down the east side of Australia. You know, stretches from up here in Queensland all the way down to Victoria. One thing I want to say here is, you know, So thankful for these 110k speed limit changes out west. They're fantastic. Probably record a little bit more once I get into Barcaldine. You know, I'm going to be there super early because of the early checkout time. You know, I don't know why, but for some reason hotels want you out of there by 10 in the morning, which is absolutely death for me because I had about 4 hours sleep last night thanks to the nightclub downstairs and the motion censored lights in the hallway outside my room, and you know, the one shitty pillow. But I'm gonna be in Barcaldine around 2 o'clock. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed I'll be able to get into the hotel room early and then have a little bit of a nap. Be nice. I'll take some video once I get back to the once I get to the hotel. I'll take some video, see what the room's like. So we are here in the Barcaldine Country Motor Inn. This is where I will be staying tonight. With this, we have got a full twin-size bed, which is a damn sight more impressive than last night. We've got 2 pillows here, and it's still that one from over there. Have a look, we've got more in the cupboard. We've got 3 more in the cupboard. I am absolutely 100% set. This place is fantastic. This is you know, for anyone wanting to book touring musicians, this is all we need. This is all we need. Just a little room, bit of an aircon, and beds, lots of pillows, television. Should have brought the dock for my Nintendo Switch. Look at that, gorgeous. A fridge. There's going to be no fucking issues if I can find a post-gig Chinese meal tonight. So we've got a little bit of an addendum here in Barcaldine. Turns out that in the reception they sell beer. And as much as I love it out west, one problem we always have is that, well, generally the beers I like aren't for sale. A little bit of a small range out west. But luckily for me, they happen to have my favourite drop in the world right now, which is, if I can get the label out here, Coors. I love the Coors, and they had them for $4 each. $4 a stubby in the reception, which makes me very, very happy. So these little couple are going to be a very nice little post-work tipple. I've been told my agent, who actually grew up out this way in a little town called Muttaburra, still a couple of hours away from here, but it's close enough, told me I was going to try the pies from this bakery. Now, I really do like my pies, if my physique does not tell you that. You know, does that not made that apparent? I do like my food. I do like my pies. So we got the beef and bacon pie from the Barcaldine Bakery here. Give this a little bit of a try. Get crumbs everywhere, all up in that mustache. That is a damn good pie. Pappy did not sell me wrong on this. I'm very glad I got a second one to have after the gig.
Ran with one leg.
That's ingenious, huh?
So I'm back in the hotel, gig finished. Yeah, you know, it's a decent gig. Absolutely lovely people out here in Barcaldine. You know, I was playing for the rugby union team. You know, I think it was I think it was like the last game of their season, and so it was on an outdoor stage, and you know, watched the game before then, which was, you know, it was nice. Had to be completely honest, I had a bit of trouble following it, but I've never been heaps big on rugby union. You never really understood the game very well. You know, same with league to a lesser extent. But you know, it was good. You know, both teams seemed to play well. But what was really cool was after the game, the game they played wasn't even the real match. The real thing that they were keen, you know, the real match was after the game, where they did whole team boat races. And if you're unfamiliar with the concept of the boat race, it's probably because you're not an alcoholic. But what a boat race is two teams stand there, you know, teams of however many people, just as long as it's equal. And on the word go, the first person in line of each team sculls their beer. And then each subsequent person on each team, can't start sculling their beer until the person before them has finished and placed the empty on top of their head. Needless to say, in Queensland, it's, you know, no licensed drinking establishment, you know, would allow that, you know, because they'd lose their license or they'd get fined. This is what I like about the country. It's really what I like about the country, is the fact that they don't give a fuck. Two professional football teams just getting on there, and it's literally as soon as they got off the fucking field. Like, this is before they had their showers, anything like that. Get off the field, man of the match is awarded, and straight into the boat races. My money, pretty fucking cool. But, you know, apart from that, you know, crowd was surprisingly quiet. But, you know, sometimes you get those sort of gigs where people are enjoying themselves and they're having a good time, but they're more interested in just talking and catching up with people, which is great. You know, like, they're not going to be loudly applauding, and generally means they're not going to be heckling either, which is a fucking good thing. You know, I also ran into an old friend from school. I didn't know she was out here, and didn't know she was actually working with the rugby team that hired me. So that was a lovely surprise, and, you know, got to catch up with her and, you know, chatted for a while after the gig, which was fantastic. And yeah, now I'm sitting here eating my cold pie, enjoying a refreshingly cold Coors, and playing some Marvel Puzzle Quest. So I'm going to get back to that. We'll probably film some more tomorrow. So we are here at the Drummond Range Lookout, which is in between Alpha and Emerald. It's 535 metres above sea level. It's in the Central Highlands, which is part of the, you know, it's part of the northern reaches of the Great Dividing Range. You know, for all our international friends, you know, the big mountain range right down the east coast of the country. I always like to, when I go out west, I always like to kind of stop here briefly for you know, a minute or two. It's a nice place to have a rest. Maybe have a have a drink, have a cola, have a beer. And just because it's got such a lovely view of the Central Highlands, right in the middle of the mountain range. Which I'll show you in a second, just as I get down to the fence at the lookout area. So this is it. One of the most gorgeous little views in Western Central Queensland. Here in the Central Highlands. And it's one of these little places that it's not even really well marked on the highway, on the Capricorn Highway. How to it's not really marked very well that there's a turn off here. But it's such a beautiful little spot. And there's always these small things, you know, these small little rest areas where you get these gorgeous views that, you know, it just always reminds me how amazing Australia is, and just how beautiful our country can be. I just thought I'd stop and show everyone this here today. But anyway, we're I'm heading back to Rockhampton now. You know, so I'm just still about an hour west of Emerald, so it's probably about 4.5 hours, maybe 5 hours once I stop for lunch, until I'm back home. And then who knows? I don't know what the roads are like, how the flood's gone down in Rocky this weekend, so might still be another hour just driving across town again. But either way, you know, enjoying the beautiful trip back. It's a lovely drive. Got some podcasts on. Bit of Dan Carlin. Bit of Funhouse with the Dude Soup podcast. Rooster Teeth's always open. One thing I love to do on the road is get those podcasts happening. And I'll probably film a little bit more of a recap thing once I get back home. So I'm finally back home. Sitting under that fan, got that aircon on. Yeah, it was floods were starting to subside by the time I got back into town. You know, was able to get in easily, no hour-and-a-half waits, which is good. You know, it was a great weekend all in all. You know, met some fantastic people, caught up with people I haven't seen in years. You know, I learnt something. I learnt that the way out west and the living and working on a land and the sha-la-la-la-la country song are all actually the same song. So, top work, random country singer dude, I guess. You know, that's 3 pretty damn good hooks. And, yeah, I'll hopefully start to do these a bit more often, and should be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching if you did. And remember, you got any questions or you got anything you want to hear me talk about while I'm on the road or in the vlogs, you know, feel free to hit me up. You know where I am on the Facebook, on the YouTubes, you know, there's comments down there. Feel free to like, subscribe if you want to know when the next one is. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.